All right. We got a little bit of things to talk about and a couple of items to cover. And this will all be done while listening to the Royal soundtrack from Stream Beats by Harris Heller, which is 100% DCMA free and copyright free, so that there's no issue with another entity called Matter on YouTube. I'm still waiting for them to reach out to me because of the bullshit that they keep on doing. We got a couple things to talk about. Why it took me so long to record things. And yes, by the way, that is the background that I have uploaded to Steam Wallpaper Engine, or whatever you want to call it, for my use for that right there. Let's see. The reason why it took me so long to record stuff, why it's taking me to record stuff, how I'm probably going to do the rebrand, if anything, do affiliate ship with a company that I've been using for the past couple months. Covering over the most recent raid from Destiny 2, the most recent DLC, Nick Merck's bullshit thing that he said, Russian ships over near Cuba, Vitali, or wherever the hell you say that dumbass's name, and what things may look like here in the near future. So we got a little bit of things to talk about. First things first, we're gonna jump right in a comparison between Root of Nightmares and Salvation's Edge. If y'all don't know, Root of Nightmares came out whenever it was Lightfall, and as you can tell up here, I have the raid report from here, and you can look up anybody's raid report, mine included. I don't care. However, if you're going to try to ego me, just know that I'm going to put that to the test. I'm somebody who doesn't ego anybody, and I will refuse to try to be egoed. With that being said, try me. Try me on trying to ego. Because I'll tell you to do one thing and I guarantee you ain't got it. First things first. Salvation's Edge is phenomenal. Have I cleared it yet to date? No. Not yet. We'll be trying this weekend. And currently right now it is June 14th, 2024. I'm going to try to hit up my group either today or tomorrow on June 15th. Now, reason why I bring that up is because there's a lot of mechanics. It's a very heavy mechanic raid. I enjoy the hell out of it. I just kind of wish there weren't that many mechanics. Just my own personal thing. Root of Nightmares came out on Lightfall. Salvation's Edge came out on the final shape. It is phenomenal. Seeing the aesthetics, artwork, everything in it, it's awesome. I bring this up for a couple reasons. I want you to see the time it took for World's First. 2 hours, 25 minutes, and 49 seconds. Alright. Salvation's Edge. Oh, here we go. There we go. 18 hours, 59 minutes, and 41 seconds. That's a pretty distinctive time frame between World's First on both ones. Alright. That's pretty fucking distinctive, if you ask me. Now, within Root of Nightmares, there were 45,551 teams. And the last team that did it cleared it just at the very last minute. Literal minute. 1 day, 23 hours, and 59 minutes. Salvation's Edge. There were only 675 total teams, as noted here. And that final place, last minute again. 1 day, 23 hours, and 59 minutes. Am I within this? No. Do I care? No. It would have been nice to have another contest underneath my belt, but it's not the end all be all. I'm going to move this over to here so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. All of these people are complaining about the Dual Destiny exotic mission. It is meant to have 2 people in there for a reason. It's called Dual, which means 2, Destiny. And there's a nice little twist at the end if you haven't dove into it. I have the quest unlocked, but there's some steps that you need to be able to do first and foremost before even getting in there. And join the Discord. The guide's already posted in Destiny and everything else. I will be having a Google form, excuse me, in my Discord for people to sign up and everything else on things they need help on. That encompasses Sniper Elite 4 and 5, and it will be platform specific for Sniper Elite 4 as I have it on PC. 5 is crossplay. It will also encompass Diablo 4, Destiny 2, the Halo Master Chief Collection, to include Halo Infinite, and a couple others as well. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But just keep in mind it's oh yeah, Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint as well. Now I can tell you it'll be based on what people need help on and their availability. So coordinating with everything else and all the other stuff. Here's my take on this. Final Shape leaves no room for the individual. Exotic class item can't get solo. Absolutely hate dual exotic mission. This guy looking to help solo players do dual Destiny. Seriously, Bungie, F you and your timed missions. Class items sold with expansion, no mention of not for solo players. Hashtag boycott Bungie. Make a class exotic items attainable by solo players. Why can't solo players get the new class item? Twit doesn't mention exotic class item controversy. 1, there's no controversy. 2, get good, put your ego to the side. Do this for once in your fucking life with somebody else. I'm tired of these solo motherfuckers having a goddamn ego about every goddamn thing. Oh, I can do the solo. I can do the solo. I can say. This mission is set up to where you cannot do it solo. You can't get both buffs. You can't. Good luck. And I was like, I don't know what people are talking about. I did so. I was like, yeah, how come I seen somebody say generates orbs of light? And you disabled a little specific item within your HUD. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. Now, one thing I will tell you is if anybody needs help with the freaking Dual Destiny exotic mission, hit me the fuck up. I'm not joking. I will be glad to help you out with it. It's actually one of the best, if not the single best, exotic mission I've ever fucking done. It is really damn good. Now, I will say there are certain parts of it I wish were the intro to the Salvation Edges raid, but I digress. That bullshit, fucking legend. Bullshit, more bullshit and more bullshit and more bullshit and more bullshit. If y'all see Scrappy, give him a GG's though. Like if y'all are out in the universe, you see Scrappy the Hedgehog, fucking give him a GG, bro. He's trying to help. But everybody complaining, I can't do it solo. Then don't get the fucking class item. Simple. Y'all bitch and whine and mope and complain so fucking much. Take the extra time, use the fire team finder, and go do the fucking thing. Then go about your solo lives. Other than that, fuck off. I hate it when people have egos, dude. I hate it. Put your ego to the side for once. Step out your shell, because if you go and raid with people, it's you're not doing it solo. You still did the checkpoint for any boss encounter. That involves you looking for a group for a checkpoint, so you can do it solo, and go from there. Step out your comfort zone, do the mission, get the class item, and go about your business. That's it. Oh, jeez, dude. And there's one major thing we'll cover at the very last. So there was a rumor saying that you needed the seasonal character to get the items for excuse me, for in order to do this. And I can tell you, I loaded up Division. I can tell you that's absolutely false. You still have access to the manhunts. I will do them after all of them are unlocked, which means let's see, it's June, July, August, September. I got 3 months. But this they scrapped Heartland and rolled out another rinse repeat stuff. I guarantee you there's gonna be stuff that people are like, oh, you need to perform this, you know, this. I'm like, I'm just gonna do what I do. I'm gonna play this on PC. Not touching it on Xbox. Because realistically, it's just better if I play this on PC. And I can tell you, if my Xbox continues to do the same crap it's doing, I will be migrating to PC. And that sucks, because I enjoy playing on the box. I do. I enjoy playing on the Xbox. I enjoy having, you know, my account, all the other stuff, and everything like that. There was a rumor of this right here, and I was really skeptical about it, because if they had the 9/11 mission in there, I would not be showing it on stream. Too personal, too graphic, and too close to home. And yes, everybody knows the no Russian. I will not ever show anything like that. No, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will not have a mission that takes place during 9/11. It is the next installation of the long-running Call of Duty franchise. Expect to be a fairly typical Call of Duty experience, which means it will feature a blockbuster single-player campaign, the fan-favorite multiplayer experience, in a co-op mode with round-based zombies returning for this particular installment, which, you know, I kind of figured that was happening. It's COD, it's Black Ops, it's gonna have zombies. I'm hoping this comes day one Game Pass. Because if it does, then I ain't gotta worry about buying it. And I'll play, you know, just a little bit, like, whatever. Let's see. On day one, cool. October 25th, so that means cool. Let's see. Release date October 25th. Developers Treyarch, Raven Software. Publishers Activision, and they're not doing a stupid thing like Sony did. Across all platforms, such as PS5, PS4, Series X, Series S, One, and PC. And it's only a matter of time before the One is, you know, ads and services degraded. Let's move into something more relevant within the streaming world. And this is Dan Clancy, Twitch's CEO. And he's not wrong on this either. Kick offered some lucrative contracts to some of their biggest, they offered lucrative contracts to Twitch's biggest streamers. But they done fucked up, because when they stop paying them, they're gonna look at their contract and they're gonna bounce. There's already been several that have come from Kick to Twitch to even Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. And I'm telling you, they're not wrong. He's not wrong on that. When Kick stops paying its creators, they're bouncing. Simple as that. They're just straight deuces. And as soon as Kick stops paying them, they're going to come right back. That happened with Mixer. That happened with YouTube. No, the issue with Mixer shut down. So he's wrong on that. Mixer shut down because of some idiot's fucking notion. And don't get me wrong, Twitch has had its fair share of issues, but this man's been changing things for the better. And I do not want him back on the site. Same thing with Nick Merckx. He can fucking stay off of Twitch for all I fucking care. So we'll get in that. And Vitaly, dude, stay the hell away from the platform or any live streaming site. You have no business in doing anything. And if you don't know who this idiot right here is, Vitaly, I'm gonna tell you straightforward. He hunts down pedophiles, which really, and tries to expose them. However, the way he's doing it is in a method that's not ethical. And here's the issue with how he does it. He has a crew and he goes straight in somebody's face. I'm gonna tell you straightforward. That motherfucker even tries to come towards me with the camera, I'm gonna tell him back the fuck up before I beat the brakes off of you. Your security won't be able to get to you fast enough. And that's not a threat, that's a motherfucking promise. Because it's all scripted on some of it. I've been able to see the same 5 people in the same videos. But if you go and try to put that shit in my face, I'm gonna tell you, get the fuck away from me, for one. Get the camera out of my face, for 2. Then if you try it, we gonna have issues. Because what he's doing with all these little IRL streamers are doing, they're putting their own selves in jeopardy. And it's not a good thing. So here's somebody putting in a lawsuit against Vitaly for defamation, libel per se, defamation, slander per se, false light, invasion of privacy, misappropriation of name or likeness, Civil Code 3344, misappropriation of or a name of likeness, common law, civil harassment, assault, battery, fraudulent misrepresentation, and deceit, fraudulent concealment, negligent, strict liability, failure to warn, negligent failure to warn, violation of business and professional code, intentional infliction of emotion distress, and negligent infliction of emotional distress. 17 different charges, all for a little bit of clout, all for a little bit of content, all for a little bit of stuff like that. And I mean it. I fucking mean it. If any of these IRL streamers try to come my way with this bullshit, and yes, I know it's from Joker's Twitter, and I follow him on Twitter for the specific reason of seeing what he sees through his lens, so I can kind of comprehend more on the other side that I want to, keep eyes on. And then I'll talk about the bigger things like, this. But aside from that, Joker's a good dude. Anybody who tries to say otherwise, you're fucking stupid. Because his content may not be, my form with, the 30,000 CG, just my own little thing. Like sitting there hitting, 5-6 buttons to make his camera large, small, large, small, large, small. I'm like, no, that fucks my eyes, and I gotta go away. The amount of sound bites he has and everything else, again, that's his shtick. That's not something I don't, like too much. I have a couple sound bites that are in my Discord. That's it. But aside from that, vet to vet, he's a good dude. He does, right by his community. He does right by his audiences. And the man speaks his mind. I can't fault him for that. He speaks his fucking mind. And Joker, if you ever see this, you want to shoot the shit, by all means. Invite me, ask, if you want to just come in. Doesn't matter to me, dude. Doesn't matter to me whatsoever. I'm not camera shy. We could, talk about our experiences with the streaming, talk about the differences that we had in the military, Army and Marines and stuff like that. I'm down to chill. I'm down to hang out. I also know you're a fellow gamer as well. Kind of, pick a brain as to what games does Joker like to play other than the mind games on some people. And don't get me wrong, there's a reason why I don't interact with your post. Because if people would comment, I'm like, welcome to the mind games. You can't fuck with those who are very well versed in the form of speech. Especially whenever we let our fingers go rampant. I know. Like I said, he's a good dude. Don't try to discredit him for what he's done or anything, because if it wasn't for his community, half the shit on Kick would have just been swept under the rug. And he's like, I don't think so. But yeah. It's one of those, like, I'm glad he's doing what he does and the way that he's doing it. It's absolutely awesome. Now, we're going to pause this and we're going to listen to what this dumbass had to say.
Nick, the transphobe struggling against the trans game. There's no such thing as trans people. That's something that you created. So have fun with your little dreamland. But that shit's not even real. Let me break it down for you, right? Penis, dude. Vagina, girl, done. Come in here with that fucking trans.
While biologically speaking, he is correct. However, you cannot dismiss an entire demographic of individuals. I'm old school. I believe one man, one woman. That's my thoughts. We've had this discussion in the past. The bullshit that he's saying is that's there's no such thing as trans people. Homie, half the games you play are either voiced, created, or have some relevant content of people who are trans that have implemented their thoughts and ideas into the fucking game. And hell, even the platforms you stream on have trans individuals. So with you saying there's no such thing as trans people, what you're really saying is there's no such thing as insert people. There's no such if people want to sit there and defend, you can't just change biology. So he's right. Okay. Well, you can't change somebody's opinion on something. You can't change somebody's identity. So he's right. I identify as a Marine. I served in the United States Marine Corps. What you saying? I'm not a Marine? Oh, but you did. Okay. Well, this person felt like they were born in context, right? And I had this, explained to me very well a couple years back, which sort of allowed me to understand more of the LGBTQA plus community. And everybody respects me for how I am, and I respect the ever-living hell out of them for being comfortable around me, such as I am around them. I have several trans people who are friends of mine that I game with, that I love hanging out with. And I'll ask them questions, make sure I'm still making them feel comfortable. Did I offend you? Did I fuck up your pronouns in any way? If I did, let me know. I'm human. But that opinion? No, you don't get a second chance on this one, dude. First one, leave the kids out of it. I agreed with that. Don't target the kids. Like that. Let them make their own determination. Now, if they go to their parents saying, I don't feel like I was born in the right body, I want to feel like I'm supposed to be, that's on the children to decide, and that's on the kids to decide. I'm not touching that one. What I'm talking about are grown-ass adults who are like, who have the characteristics of a male, that identify as female and want to make that transition from male to female, female to male. Let them. That's their money they're using. That's those procedures that they're going through. That's that pain that they're going to inflict on themselves. It affects my life in no way. It doesn't affect me whatsoever. If my kid said, oh, I feel like this, I would start asking, why do you feel like this? What started this? I would still love them the same. Why? Because I'm the fucking father and I love my kids regardless of who they are or what they identify as. If anybody comes at me with that bullshit, me and you're gonna have some goddamn words. Welcome to my fucking TED Talk on that. Oh, but you're Christian. Yes, and I love them. Simple. You come at me with that weak ass bullshit, bro. There's the door, deuces. I have no time, patience, or reason to be even remotely identifying as with you. I don't I'm that type of person where I don't feel like I have pronouns. I'll, put your gender, male. That's it. Oh, you identify? No, I don't identify as anything. It's simple. My thing is, with what he's saying is wrong. There's no such thing as trans people. So he's saying there's no such thing as a gay person. There's no such thing as a bisexual person. There's no such thing as somebody who is struggling with their identity. And I guarantee you, bro, I could flip it on you. It's like, there's no such thing as black people. There's no such thing as white people. There's no such thing as Italian people. No such thing as people born where you were from. That's essentially the same fucking context as what he's saying. And if anybody's like, oh, well, you're throwing race in the mix, just throwing a demographic out. It's taking an entire demographic and throwing it out. What he said is wrong. In fact, nobody fucking checks him on it is even more wrong. Like, if anybody was ever subbed to this piece of shit, they need to cancel the subscription. They need anything like that. That's just my opinion. It's not, nothing against anybody for oh, well, I don't want to because I still support him. But God forbid you're, lesbian, bi, queer, straight, whatever, and you identify as something else, he's going to say, oh, there's no such thing. Like, seriously. He's essentially saying there's no such thing as these type of people. I can't believe people still have this fucking mentality. There's no such thing, blah, 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 in this fucking year. And we're in Pride Month, mind you. I have my own opinions. I keep them to myself. I keep it to myself about Pride Month. I'm not going to... What's the terminology? Not degrade. Well, I'll use a simpler word because I can't think of it. I had a word I couldn't think of. I'm not going to diminish the strides that community in its entirety has struggled to be able to, achieve. As now, with go back when Don't Ask, Don't Tell was, thrown out and overruled. That allows for people to actually serve their country in the capacity that they want to serve as without feeling restricted based on who they are. That's just one example. That means no employers can sit there and ask, oh, well, I don't feel comfortable having you here. That is discrimination towards a and discrimination and biasness towards an individual based on their orientation or sexuality. That's moral and wrong. And homie, if you own a company, I want all your workers to walk out on you. Your contract needs to be rescinded. Simple. Because you're under contract on Kick. And I'm pretty sure Kick has people that are LGBTQIA+. You don't fucked up, and I feel no remorse for you whatsoever. Now to the heaviest thing that I've seen. Yeah, warships in Cuba are no threat. Our intelligence over here in the United States says. They're just conducting drills and exercise. They're only 100 goddamn miles off the coast. The fuck you mean no threat? Like, what the fuck you mean no threat? And this is from BBC.com. British Broadcasting Corporation. Not the other BBC. And if you ask, shut up. A nuclear-powered submarine. We of course take it seriously, but these exercises don't pose a threat to the United States. The Pentagon said the Russian moves were consistent with routine naval visits that we've seen under different administrations. Press Secretary Sabrina Singh added. Russia's defense ministry says the Admiral Gorshov frigate and the Kazan submarine are both carriers of advanced weapons, including hypersonic missiles. Zircon. They earlier conducted missile drills in the Atlantic, but Cuba's foreign ministry says none of the vessels has nuclear arms on board, and their 5-day visit does not pose a threat to the region. Now, you're close to monitoring, however, I'd be looking for the distraction. That's just me, though. I'd be looking for the distraction as to what they're posting. Or as to what they're posing. Hey, no way this is just a coincidence with it, an election year. Russian naval vessels come out of the blue into Cuba, into Cuban waters, less than 100 miles off the coast of Florida. No fucking way. That's a coincidence. Meanwhile, you still have the war over in between Ukraine and Russia going on. So you got the war between Hamas and Israel going on. And I emphasize Hamas because the Palestinian government, I guarantee you, funds them. That's why I don't support, I don't support it. I will never support Palestine. I won't. And if you call me a fucking bigot, you ain't been in my shoes. I will not support a government that supports terrorists, known fucking terrorists on a goddamn worldwide terrorist watch list. I will not. I refuse, and you cannot fucking make me. They want a genocide of Israel. Maybe y'all forgot about October 17th or whenever it happened in October. That's what started this defensive operation. Yes, Israel's moving forward with their advancement and, going on with the offense. You can only poke a bear for so long before it attacks. Y'all forget. And it shows. U.S. is focused over in Eastern Europe, mainly Ukraine and Russia, and focused back over in the Middle East once again with Israel and Palestine / Hamas. And it's hard for the military to recruit because of the bullshit going on in this administration. plus everything that's been happening. Trump with the fucking, what is it, 37 counts or whatever of a biased judge, and Hunter Biden's felony conviction of an illegal possession of a firearm and illegal drug use as well, which opens up the floodgates for a lot more to be on. Lying under oath to a congressional committee, also lying under oath to a couple federal judges and everything else, kind of bodes, very well for conviction and everything else. Because he perjured himself. Am I a Trump fan? Fuck no. Am I a Biden fan? Hell no. I want what policies are going to be best for this country. I will not vote for Joe Biden. And I will not, and if the thing is for, if Trump rolls out and they don't align with it, I won't vote for him either. I will tell you straightforward. There's a lot of policies that RFK as an independent, it says that if elected, he'll roll out, and there's some that are looking really, really good. One of them, which is getting rid of the Fed. Stop the rampant inflation. It seems like, when we prosper a little, oh, here comes an idiot in DC to fuck it all up. And then we go through the same rinse, repeat bullshit all over again. Now, going back to what I had said about why it took me so long for me to come back and start re-uploading podcast episodes. Pantheon took 4 weeks, and then I had 3 days after Pantheon ended in the final shape. DLC rolling out. Once that rolled out, I was then able to go through and start working towards a lot of stuff within the final shape DLC, and I feel like I'm in a good place right now to where I can start rolling these out again. I will tell you straightforward, I'm going to be asking in my Discord next week. I want to have a couple guests on. I don't know who they're going to be. It literally will be first come, first serve. And we'll record it on Fridays. So, like I said, I'm going to record the episodes on Friday, and I'm going to upload them on Saturdays. Kind of screw with the algorithm a little bit. Because why not? Get people's perspective on when they got streaming, what got them into gaming, or if they don't stream, what caught their attention within, like, to hang out on my channel and everything else. So with that, it should be a fun time. I'm gonna have like I said as well, I will have a Google form that people can fill out for anything they need help with. There will be some criteria on it though that some people have to do, mainly with Destiny. It's not going to be, oh, just carry me. No, it's going to be, you got to do a little bit of work in order for me to be able to help you out. Aside from that, it's getting, Destiny is in a good place, and I'm very, very pleased with the DLC. I understand why they needed the additional time to roll it out and everything like that. I didn't at the time, but I do now. Now, I'm going to go to a more serious point, and that's to the live streaming aspect of everything. It's getting harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder to hit that go live and be as entertaining as I am, or as I can be. Cost of living continues to go up. I am going to see by the end of August, September, maybe the end of September, if we're not where we need to be financially, streaming may go to the back burner, where I go back to part-time, and I go and find, something I can do. That's not going to overly kill my body or my mentality. I can't be doing this, by myself. I can't. The streamer relies heavily on their community. And I am not asking for, handouts on tips or on subscriptions or anything like that. But it is getting harder and harder and harder to do this. I've been doing this for over 10 years as content creation and 10 years in December live stream. Very few in this world go the duration that, some have been doing it. But aside from that, I'm still having a blast with it, and nothing's changing. The rebrand may actually be something different instead of what I originally thought, because it just be simple. Very simple, and I can easily do it. Very, 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 very easily do it. So, anyways, aside from that, I'll catch you on the next one, and keep an eye on the Discord for a lot more updates and for whenever I ask who wants to be a guest on the next podcast. Till then.